to The Dan Show, starring Dan Whalen.
Hey guys, welcome back to my show where we talk about all things movies, TV shows, and cigars. And today we're going to be talking about the fifth movie in the Star Wars franchise. So I rewatched Rogue One, and I remember why it was so forgettable. I don't know. I found myself more playing on my phone than watching the movie. The only scene that I think is worth it really talking about in that movie would be the Darth Vader scene. We all know the scene that I'm talking about, and if you haven't seen that scene, it could have been the whole movie. That one scene could have been the whole movie, and I would have been like, that was the greatest Star Wars movie of all. I don't know, just Darth Vader kicked ass. But today we're going to be talking about the fifth movie. We're going to be talking about The Empire Strikes Back. Now, before we get started, if you could please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, it definitely helps me out. Stay tuned for more videos. Definitely been, this summer sucks. Like, this summer has just been ridiculous. Like, it's just been hell. It's been busy. It's been hotter than Satan's blood out, but it is what it is. Life goes on. But I'm still doing everything I can to pump out videos for you guys. So here we freaking go. I think this one's my favorite. I'm pretty sure I said in the last one that A New Hope was my favorite. No, I think this one takes the cake. I like this one because, something about like movies where like the bad guy kind of wins for a minute, I kind of dig it for some reason. I don't know why. It might sound kind of like Psycho. I don't even care. But this movie is primarily where back in like the 80s, in the 70s when the movies came out, this is where you get introduced to Yoda. Yoda is kind of like the Master Jedi that got away from the Order 66. Same with Obi-Wan Kenobi back in Episode 3. But now, we mentioned a character back in A New Hope called Luke Skywalker, and this is the movie where he primarily kind of discovers, that he has the ability to use the Force, and then he's starting to get better with the lightsaber, all thanks to your boy Yoda. This, like I said, this one is pretty much about where, the Empire wins this round, So, we got a lot going on. We start off on this ice snow planet called Hoth, which, personal opinion, is my favorite scene in the whole movie. Something about the big old, AT-AT walkers or the AT-AT walkers, when they're kind of marching. I remember having the thing, like the actual toy as a kid, and man, I was gonna say, I used to have a blast with that stupid thing. It's just this big, dog-looking, armored robot transporter thing, and it's just like unstoppable. The only way to really defeat this thing is if you get it on its ass. You gotta literally wrap a freaking cord around it, which they demonstrate in the movie on the main Hoth battle when I guess Darth Vader just makes the assumption that, oh my god, the rebels are on Hoth, and all the other Empire generals are like, okay, yeah, I guess so, whatever. Like, it's kind of funny that he's like, that's it, they're there, and he goes, okay, I guess the Force is strong with Darth Vader. Anyway, so that battle kicks ass. I really like that one. But after that battle kind of takes off, Luke Skywalker flies off to the Dagobah system after kind of getting if I remember, I think I told you guys in the last one that Obi-Wan becomes essentially like a Force ghost after Darth Vader kills him in A New Hope. And then Luke Skywalker's almost on the verge of death, from freezing to death. He actually gets attacked by like this Sasquatch-looking creature, which I'll explain that later. But Darth Vader, or Obi-Wan Kenobi just kind of goes, you must go to the Dagobah system, and Luke's like half dead, on this ice planet freezing to death, and I guess he remembers that specific thing after, the Battle of Hoth is over, which the Empire wins the Hoth battle. The rebels have to retreat and, escape and everything like that. Like I said, the Empire full-on wins this entire movie. They just show up, they kick ass, and they leave the rebels in the dirt. It's crazy. Anyway, so Luke goes to the Dagobah system, ends up linking up with Yoda. Yoda ends up being this kind of tiny little pain in the ass. Luke isn't having it. Luke actually thinks it's not even him until, next thing you know, Yoda's talking to Obi-Wan's ghost, and then he's like, oh my god, you're Yoda? And telling him oh yeah, Luke Skywalker's too old, and Luke's like, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna just keep doing it anyway. Only to find out that later on in the life of Luke Skywalker, he's the most powerful Jedi ever, but that's later in other movies, whatever. But anyway, Han and Leia are kind of becoming a thing in this movie. Han Solo is the kind of like the what would you even call him? Just like the smuggler, you know, of the fourth movie. And Leia's a princess, you know, straight up. And then they end up becoming a thing. Chewbacca is just kind of there, you know. C-3PO and R2 are kind of there too, but they're all like, that's the crew that's there. They end up meeting, they end up going to like this Sky City. I don't remember the name of the city. I think it's actually just called Sky City. Leave in the comments what's the name of that the city that's in the sky. I don't remember. But this is where we meet good old Lando Calrissian. Lando Calrissian is supposedly Han Solo's friend, and ends up betraying him to the Empire. And next thing you know, Han Solo is frozen in kryptonite because he's actually I want to say like a bartering chip for a character that we'll get into the next movie, which is Jabba the Hutt. And for some reason, everybody loves Boba Fett, but Boba Fett says like one word in the entire Star Wars franchise. But for some reason, everybody loves Boba Fett. I guess, I don't know, whatever. But Boba Fett is a pretty cool character. He's a bounty hunter, and he's looking for Han Solo to give back to Jabba the Hutt because Jabba the Hutt is owed money from Han Solo, which is exactly the reason why he's frozen in carbonite. But in order to do that, Lando tricks them into coming into that Sky City where the Empire's already there. And the only reason why they did this was to lure Luke Skywalker to Darth Vader. Now, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker end up kind of like meeting up on that Sky City ship, or that little Sky City period, whatever. And then you get what I would say is probably the most exciting Star Wars battle, or Star Wars lightsaber battle of the older movies. And what I like about this one is you kind of get like, I mean, everybody should know this iconic line by now is, Luke, I am your father. Like, you only find out that Darth Vader is now the father of Luke Skywalker, and Luke Skywalker's like, no, it's not true, you know? And it is what it is, you know, whatever. And apparently, like, that was a big deal back in, like, the early 80s, you know, that, like, oh, shit. Apparently, it threw a lot of people off. Even Mark Hamill was thrown off. Nobody was really supposed to know about it until it was announced. And, I don't know, man. I think what sucks is when I grew up, I already knew that was the case. I would have loved to have seen it for the first time in movie theaters and found out, like, oh, my God, no way. You know, to find out that, like, that Luke Skywalker, who's like good to be good, and his dad is just pure freaking evil. You know what I mean? Kind of pure evil. But like, you know, I would have been like, damn, oh my God, what a twist. You know, like, that's crazy. What a twist. You know, and I would have loved that. I don't know. But like, now I already knew it watching the movies as a kid. Like, I already knew that Luke was already the son of Darth Vader. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, like, not as shocking as I thought, but it was supposed to be a big surprise. But the one thing about movies with twists is when you see the movie once, that's it. You never get that same, like, oh my God, that twist. You know, you never get that feeling again. You know, which, that's fine, but like, it leads to a good movie anyway, but like, I don't know, it's just my pet peeve on movies with twists. It's like watching The Sixth Sense. You know, when you find out that Bruce Willis is dead, the entire movie pretty much, it's like, now I don't have to watch the movie ever again. You know, what a great movie, by the way. I'm not, this video is not about The Sixth Sense, but like, you get my premise on movie twists. But, yeah, I don't know, like, this movie is definitely my favorite. I would definitely give it a watch. I definitely gave you the briefest description of this movie. I apologize, guys. I'm doing everything I can to, you know, pump out these videos for you. I'm still on it, though. You can't deny it. You know, I'm still pushing forward, which is a great time. I love you all, period. You know, just straight up, I miss all of you, and I hope to, you know, keep doing this, which I will continue to do this. There will be nothing that will stop me unless, you know, God forbid, something happens to my life or my phone breaks or just, there's no way I'm not continuing this. So please like and subscribe. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm not doing this for myself. I lied to you. I'm actually kind of doing this for myself too, because I find this to be a lot of fun. But anyway, The Empire Strikes Back, guys. Go give it a watch. Like, let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I want to go over in this. Like, that's kind of it. Like, just understand that the Empire wins. Hence the name, The Empire Strikes Back. And they do strike back. You know, they kind of corner the rebels. You know, they have everything kind of like, they're all stuck. Other than that, I think that's all I can really go over in this video. So again, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure, guys, you always have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one, because the next one I think is going to be a little bit longer, because we have a lot to go over in the next one, which will be Return of the Jedi. You know, yeah, Return of the Jedi, which is a great movie, and I can't wait to talk about that one. Stay tuned for that one, guys. So please have a fantastic day.